everybody. This is Philly X at PixelFest, and we are here. Our first stop, we found Steampunk, and so we just said we had to see and check out what they have. So I'm with
Alexander Baker.
Alexander Baker. Now I understand you are
the leader of the Steampunk Alliance of Eastern Virginia. We've been in the area for about 3-4 years now. Been working on splitting this last year. We've actually been getting all major conventions in the area. Tidewater Comic Con's coming up. That's going to be our big event for the spring. And then up in Richmond, there's usually this big Maker Fest where you're going to show off all kinds of different crafts and creations, which is where we debuted our TARDIS at. And that's actually going to be our next debut. We're attempting to build a suit of Fallout for Power Armor and steampunk it out.
awesome. Now let's start from the beginning. Now, what is steampunk?
Steampunk is like retro futurism meets Wild Wild West meets Victorian era.
Okay.
So imagine a future that instead of gasoline and diesel and the nuclear age happened, they just stuck to coal and steam and electricity.
Okay.
Instead of Thomas Edison, they had Nikola Tesla. Wireless energy, airships, pirates. Yeah, everything was steam engines, you know, space travel with pressurized steam instead of liquid oxygen.
Okay. Where do you think like this genre began?
It began around in the 80s out of a literary movement, and then the Goths basically called us steampunks and said it's if goth went brown. And then from there it's just been slowly growing. And around 2009, 2010, it started hitting the fashion scene and just started out with really small events, battered across the United States, and then from there it just took off like wildfire.
Okay. How does one person get involved with steampunk?
Find a local group in your area. You know, just if there is one, if not, just, you know, do a Google image search, get a pair of goggles, and start from there.
So this is stuff everybody, like, you've created all this stuff?
Yes. So in this, I went to Lowe's, got some PVC pipe, and
put it together.
Yeah.
Now, how long? Okay, let's start with this. How long did that take to make?
About a day and a half after all the painting was done. And this one's actually been broken. I got a couple screws where the centerpiece actually broke when it fell.
Okay.
So you got to be conscious of what you build stuff out of, because sometimes it can be just for show or it can shatter into 50 different pieces.
Okay, makes sense. And now what about your eyewear? That is interesting in itself.
This one I didn't actually make, but it is a full leather mask made 100% leather. The artist who actually originally made it, they stopped doing these masks. This one is a very unique one at this point. But if we go over to this was actually all hand-done leather work.
Nice.
Yeah, I did this in about a week's time.
Okay. Now, one thing I've noticed, like, we've gone to events also, and we see a lot of cosplay where people do, obviously they you know, imitate different comic book characters or video game characters. So is this steampunk something that we could see potentially doing cosplay people of, or is that a different genre?
Yes, there's actually, I've seen a steampunk Buzz Lightyear. He has a full suit, and it has the little big dome, and does this is Buzz Lightyear of Star Command.
Nice.
We've seen, there's plenty of steampunk Iron Mans out there. Like I said, we're going to be doing our steampunk power armor for Fallout. I was trying to think. There's the steampunk Batmans. There's an actual steampunk Boba Fett. There's a guy who's the original steampunk Boba Fett.
Nice.
There's also a steampunk Darth Vader.
Impressive. And now
we have our steampunk R2D2 right over.
Yes, I saw it. First thing we saw. And now, okay, being here at PixelFest, video game related, are there any steampunk video games that you would recommend?
That I would recommend, there's Guns of Icarus, which is a online playing one. If you have friends, you can all be a crew and battle other people's crews.
Okay.
Let's see, Dishonored was a good one. The Order 1856.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of any other really good ones that are more specifically steampunk. Not thinking any off the top of my head right now. It is
just
a
some good ones
growing
to get
genre.
started. Yeah.
But in the video game section, it's kind of, it's still where it's an open frontier.
Okay, perfect. And now you are Steampunk Alliance of Eastern Virginia.
That's
so how
correct.
can people find out more about that and get plugged in?
They can follow us on our Facebook page. That's usually where we post all our events. We do have a meetups page, which is linked onto our Facebook page.
Okay.
And that's our biggest way of following us.
Perfect. Cool. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. Educate us about steampunk.
Yeah, thank you for having the time to talk to us.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.